Throughout the American education system, suddenly everybody's talking about 4 assurances. We're talking about it because of race to the top. And those assurances are standards, effective teaching, data systems, turnaround schools. Concepts that are not new to us, but have taken on a renewed emphasis and focus because of that legislation. Part of my message to you today is to recognize that those 4 assurances are not simply going to underpin race to the top. They're going to underpin ESEA, IDEA, Perkins. They're a game changer. And unfortunately, what we tend to do in education is we hear new terms like standards or effective teaching, and we focus on them as if they're an end in and of themselves. I'd like to have you all step back for a moment and think about what do these 4 assurances really mean. See, we're not talking about standards. We're talking about proficiency. Do students have the skills and knowledge they really need to be successful, not in school, but in the world beyond school? So the issue isn't standards, it's proficiency. The issue isn't effective teaching. The issue is student learning. And you know, you can have a really, really effective teacher teaching a whole bunch of information that is basically irrelevant and not connected to what kids need to know and be able to do once they leave school. So you can have an effective teacher teaching the wrong standards or the wrong areas of proficiency and truly not meet our goal. Our goal is student learning in those standards to a level of proficiency kids really need. The issue isn't data system. Our schools are rich with data system. We are data rich, but analysis poor at the classroom level. The real issue is, do we have data that can help a classroom teacher make daily decisions about what to teach and what practices are most effective? The issue is not data systems. It's about using data to make decisions at the classroom level about instruction. Finally, turnaround schools. There are 4 models that are there. When you really look at those models, the issues are not the models. The issues are increasing flexibility. Can we provide flexibility that will enable us to use the data systems that we have to determine what practices have the greatest impact on instruction and learning around the most critical issues of standards at a proficiency level that kids need? See, I think we get mixed up with means and ends. The 4 assurances: standards, effective teaching, data systems, turnaround schools, they're means to an end. The end we need to focus on are proficiency in most critical areas kids need to know and be able to do. Are they learning those? Do we have effective data systems to help us see what practices are working and not working? And do we have adequate flexibility to enable that classroom teacher and that building principal and that school superintendent to actually make decisions based upon what's best for students, not what bureaucratically we have listed as our rules, regulations, certifications, tenures, and contracts? We at the International Center are in a major effort to go across this country and try to find the best practices at around the most critical standards at a proficiency level, around the issues of where does learning occur most effectively, how to use data to make decisions at the classroom level, and how to maximize the flexibility some of the new legislation will enable us to do. We will showcase those at our Model Schools Conference. We are going to write some series of white papers about those. That is the message to you today. Don't let the 4 assurances become an end. They are a means to an end. The end is student learning.